using up excess items in your home? If not now, when? First, you've got to unbury them out of your drawers and deep recesses of your closet and your cupboards. I'm just going to talk about a few items today. I've got more listed in my blog, and I want you to respond. Answer this question. I own way too many of fill in the blank. I will share a few items. I had, for some reason, I thought I'd treat my feet right. So every time I'd go to Sally Hansen's, I'd get something to treat my feet right, and then I'd forget to treat my feet right. So I bagged them all up in a big Ziploc, and they're right under my bed to remind me to use them at night. I'm gonna have the softest feet on the planet. I'm using up these every night. Another thing was tiny lotions. I'd buy a tiny lotion every time I'd go on a trip. I got a lot of tiny lotions. I'd buy them before my trip. I'd use them on my trip, but I'd have excess and then I would not use it up once I got back from my trip. Next thing was chapstick. I'd buy chapstick when my lips got chapped in the winter, usually the winter, and then I would put the chapstick somewhere and forget where I put it, and then end up buying another chapstick. So this is what happens when you can't find something. Also, tiny shampoos. I like them for swimming when I go swimming, but that's a little excess. I needed to use up the old before I bought new. Another one is cotton balls. I have 3 half-used bags of cotton balls. I used to use it to take off my eye makeup, but now I use something different that doesn't require these little white things that don't require cotton balls. So I end up with the excess cotton balls because I never use them. But I could go back to my old method, use them up, and then go back to my new method. Another one is for my glasses, wipes. I bought them because they're handy to travel, and I bought them in a big box store, and they came in 3 boxes. It's gonna take me a lifetime to use up the 3 boxes. I should have only bought 1 box, but I have 3, so I'm gonna start using them every day instead of the liquid and not save these for travel. So that's that. Another tip is to make things visible so that you will use things up. I have a use up tray, is what I call it, in my bathroom. It's just filled with things that I want to use up this month. Maybe not this month, but at least the next couple of months. Hopefully this month. Every time, I'll get something here. There was half a thing of daily moisturizer in here, and I just got a knife and cut it open, and I'm going to use it. It seems like some things you just have 25% of the product left in the bottle, so I have a lot of that kind of thing. Just little tiny things that I need to use up. So unbury those items, then realize you need less items. They're just taking up valuable space, especially if you've downsized into a smaller home like we have. And finally, just keep those items visible. You don't have to keep all of them visible, but try to keep at least a tray full of items visible that you can use up, and your goal will be to use up. Write down a list of things, bag them up, box them up, get them out of your house. I have everything from tea bags to spices to excess canned goods. I have a lot of things that I need to use up, and I feel good now that I have a plan. I will leave you with this final word. Your home should be a living space, not a storage space with a whole lot of excess items. We live in a modern day where we can have things delivered to our door at a moment's notice. We don't need to stockpile our things in our home, especially if we have tiny homes.